This is lesson 8 from George's Secret Key to the Universe, and the first word is advocate, and it's on page 182. This is the reason why my colleagues and I strongly advocate a thorough search of our closest neighbor. Who knows in the end what we may find by digging underneath the red surface? So the scientist is giving a talk, and she's saying she strongly advocates, and we know that they want to search and explore the universe. So advocate is sort of recommending a thorough search of our closest neighbor. The second word is alter, and it can be found on page 184. We should never forget that every now and then sandstorms radically alter the planet's surface, burying deeper and deeper beneath layers of inorganic dust the entire past of our red neighbor. So what it sounds like, if the sandstorms are bringing more and more sand and burying things deeper and deeper, it sounds like that when they alter it, it must mean that they're changing it. The next word is fundamental, and it's on page 190. I'm going to read you this sentence, but I'm going to recommend that you look this word up in the dictionary. Now, continued Eric, the question we all came to answer is a question of fundamental interest for everyone who is involved in science. And the last word is vital on page 199. No buts, George, said Eric, putting on his glass space helmet and speaking in his funny space voice once more. Thank you so much for finding that letter. It has given me a vital clue. Now I must go. So right here, a vital clue, and we know that Eric is very excited about finding something, and so a vital clue, that must be pretty important. So now you're going to write a paragraph about the mood created by two different settings in George's Secret Key to the Universe. Develop the topic with details or quotations from the text. Use linking words to show relationships between ideas, such as in contrast or similarly. Write your response below, and you're going to write in 5 to 7 sentences. So I put two settings that you can use, and the first one, not from this lesson, but the first one talks about space. I believe it might be chapter 12, but it's pages 106 to 127. And you don't have to use all of those pages, but you can go back to them to remind you about the setting when George and Annie are in space. And then there's another part next door at Eric's house, and you can find that in two places, pages 28 through 31 and pages 182 to 192. And so you can go back and kind of skim through and get an idea of the setting in space and the setting next door at Eric's house, because you're going to need details or quotations from the text. So you can't do this from memory. You need to go back and find some examples. And then you're going to write about how they are similar or how they are different, and about the mood created by the different settings. And we also have some questions. So this says, using evidence from the text, answer the following questions about pages 179 to 182 from George's Secret Key to the Universe. So you're going to go back to pages 179 and 180, and then you're going to describe the setting for question number 1. For question number 2, you're going to write what details help develop the setting on pages 179 and 180. So backing up to 1, just write a simple sentence about where the book is taking place at that point. And then for question 2, you're going to want to go into the details, the descriptions of the setting. And then for question 3, it says, what is the setting of the rest of chapter 20? So you're going to provide a brief sentence about where the rest of chapter 20 is taking place. And then in question 4, it says what details help develop the setting on page 182. So this is similar to question 2. So for the setting for the rest of chapter 20, you're going to provide the details and the description of the setting in question 4. For question 5, you're going to do a quick comparison. How are these settings alike, or how are they different? And for question 6, how are they alike or different in affecting the story's mood? So here we can talk about how the settings are alike or different because they may be in different places and they may be described differently. But here we want to talk about how do those descriptions, how do those settings affect how you're feeling as a reader at that time.